Welcome back. So, previous video we had discussed about the data validation techniques using Pyspark, right? So this is also a continuation video. So far we had discussed we created a configurations files or reference file from top of the CSV or Excel file and convert them into a data file. But sometimes some situations we will may get the YAML file as well. So in the YAML file, as you can see, like this, they will give the sources. Okay, either it may be a database or either it may be a CSV file kind of source, whatever. Okay, they will give us certain kind of location and what are the tables we need to target, what is the schema we need to consider. Okay, just like instead of CSV file, they create one YAML file, or in a sense it's nothing but a configuration file. Okay, so that it is helpful for the people, maybe a third party people who are going to monitor our pipelines, right? So they need to know what are the target, what are the sources he is targeting, and he's dumping the data. So if we give the YAML file like this, they can easily understand, okay, this person or this pipeline or whatever, this project is targeting these kind of things as a source and dumping to somewhere else. Okay, everything is going to mention in the YAML file. Now we are going to do the same thing. We will create one YAML file. As part of this video, I'm going to use the IDE, PyCharm or VS Code, whatever, just for a good appearance. Okay, nothing more than anything, like nothing more than that one. Okay, even you can put this YAML file in Databricks DBFS or somewhere else in Gen 2 and create a mount point, and you can read it in a Databricks. Just for the aesthetic appearance, I'm using the IDEs for now as to make a video. See, IDEs are is not important. Just understand the content is very important. Okay, here and there some other changes would be there. So in IDs, probably you will go with the OS kind of path, and when you are doing with the Databricks kind, you may go with the DBFS path or mount path. Okay, like that. So as you can see, this is the YAML file. Okay, this is sample YAML file. Most probably like this only they will look. Okay, so they given SQL Server as a database tool. Okay, and they given the database name Adventures Datawork 2022, and it is the open source database. It's available at Microsoft. Okay, and these are the tables I need to target: dim account, dim currency, dimension, dimensions. Okay, I mean dim geography, dim product. Okay, and couple of fact tables as well. And they given the host names, local host, and the port name, username, and password. This for now I'm giving directly like this username and password, but in project they will follow some kind of hierarchy so that it won't expose to outside of the wall. And if there are any kind of CSV sources out there, just I am giving the file path. Okay, this is the this is where the file is located, and given the header equal to info schema 2 and delimiter as comma. Some of the CSVs may have delimiter dash spaces there, and some of them have some kind of delimiters, right? So those things are going to be mentioned in the YAML file. Now we need to read that YAML file using Python, and after reading that YAML file, we will get this table names, source name. I mean, we will get this table name on file path. Take those file path or table name and read it as a data frame in a Spark. Okay, this is what we are going to perform now. Once again, remember YAML is nothing but a configuration file. Just as you can see, how easy to read it. Okay, anyone can understand. Okay, this is the database, and these are the tables, and this is the keys to connect to the database, and this is the file path, and so on, so like this. So even the third party people who is monitoring our pipelines or whatever the project we have done, they can easily understand this kind of script or YAML file. Okay, so I created as a open your PyCharm or any kind of IDs. If you are aware of JetBrains, I mean not JetBrains, IntelliJ, it's also fine. And IntelliJ and PyCharm nearly same, right? Because they are from the same company, right? JetBrains. So create one new project called as your whatever the name you feel it's good. Okay, and we are going to create our own virtual environment as part of this project. Okay, so let's go to terminal and click on the plus symbol. So not this. As you can see, a drop down bar is there, drop down symbol is there. Okay, it is in Windows. Okay, it is in C only, not in the C. It is in the PowerShell. Okay, so I am moving on to the command prompt instead of Windows PowerShell. Right, good. Now we are going to create our virtual environment. So with the help of the virtual environment, when I share this folder, so whoever it may be, you may be running in your local file. You may not have the Pyspark. Suppose, let us assume. Okay. So by running this virtual environment, separate virtual environment, what way I am creating. So it is going to directly import whatever the requirements we are going to mention and directly, and you can run the file without any worries. You don't need to worry. I don't have a PySpark install. I don't have a PyYAML modules. How I can run? So with the help of this virtual environment, separate creation of virtual environments, and you can easily run at your local systems. Okay, and give the name whatever you want. I'm going to say my VNV. Yeah, fine. It takes some time, a couple of minutes, nothing more than that one. So once a virtual environment created, we are going to change our interpreter to the virtual environment, what we created. See, here we now is created. Okay, but I want my VNV here. Instead of VNV, I want my VNV. How you can do that one? Either you can write a source, activate something, some kind of code is there, and I'm not that much of aware of that code. And I'm going with simple technique. So let's go to add interpreter, add local interpreter, select the existing one. See, my VNV is there. Okay, click on OK. Yeah, here it is created. Now I am deleting this VNV. No need, no longer needed that one. This is my virtual environment. Okay, so let's add a requirement.txt. Let's add a file requirements.txt. So here we are going to write the packages whatever we are going to use for this concept. Okay, we want import YAML and Spark. So this one, copy this one. Equal. As you can see, it is asking package requirement is not satisfied. Let's go and install the requirement. Okay, let's close this prompt. Click on another one, new terminal. Yeah, now you can see my VNV is activated. Okay, now you can check like by pip install by YAML, something like that. Just for checking. Okay, see requirement already satisfied. So this is the beauty of creating the virtual environment. Again, at your system, no need to install pip install PyYAML, pip install Pyspark like that. Just run it. It is going to take automatically from requirement.txt. Now, the next thing what we need to do, we need to copy this Pyspark, okay, package. Right. So why it is not asking? We will do one thing. I don't know why it is not popping up. Sometimes it is going to pop up like as you can you previously observed, right? Install requirement, ignore requirement. Don't know why it is not popping up there. So let's manually do that one. Sometimes it will show, sometimes it won't show. Okay. So it's taken some time. So meanwhile, we'll create a folder structures. Okay. Let's create a new directory. Say Python is fine. Now inside the Python, create a couple of directories again. Config. We should show the config files like YAML file, log file, those kind of things. Then create a new directory called pipeline, and another directory for the resources. Okay, resources like JDBC drivers and those kind of things. Okay, so in the config, let's create a new file, properties dot YAML. Yeah, YAML symbol is showing as a Y. Okay, that means our file created successfully. Now in the pipeline, let's create a couple of files like create Spark object. Okay, that's one of the file. It is helpful to create a Spark object and create another file like ingest file, just to read in the sources from the YAML and writing again to somewhere else, like that kind of things. Okay. Next thing is main file or driver file, whatever you may call. That's good. It's taken time to install. Okay. So meanwhile, we can create the YAML. Okay. SQL Server, DB name, and etc. kind of things. I already created for those things. Okay. Just copy and paste it. And for the CSV file, what it is saying, CSV source. Okay. That's it. CSV. source. I got a distract. CSV source. What are the things? File path, header, info schema, delimiter. File path. Say header, true, info schema, true. Delimiter, delimiter. It's a cursor. Delimiter, comma. Okay. Now here you want to mention the file path. Okay. File path or folder path, wherever the CSV files are located. Now we have the resource folder. I am assuming my CSV files are in this resource. Sometimes you may get it from the GitHub or any kind of version repositories. Okay. Just mention those repository path. Let us say this, copy this file, or else copy these two things. We need JDBC driver as well. Okay. And go and copy and paste wherever the folder we created, project folder. I think users, Lenovo, go to PyCharm projects, data validation YAML. Yeah. Go to Python folder in the resources, paste it. Fine. Now, as you can see, here we have the orders data.csv and JDBC drive. You may ask the question like, sir, I want to create a YAML file instead of config in the resource means. Oh, we need to define what I forgot it. Right. So where we are creating this YAML file in the config folder, right? So in the config folder, suppose the project path looks like this one. See users Lenovo / PyCharm / data validation / okay. Then it has to come from Python. Python is our directory, main directory or parent directory /. So here we are in this config folder, right? From the config folder, we need to go 2 levels up. Okay, 2 levels up to reach this file. So 2 levels up is nothing but actually it has to get like this. Resources / file.csv. We want this kind of path to read a file. Okay. Say 2 folders up is nothing but // okay. So if you are creating a YAML file in the resource itself means give the single dot instead of double dot, give the single dot when you are creating a YAML file inside the resource folder. Double dots next, single dot represents the current directory. Okay, and give the resources. It is not recognizing or not. Resources order data.csv. Okay, this is the file name. That's good. Now go to pipeline. In the create Spark object, we are going to create a Spark session. Okay. So let's create it. Moreover, import YAML from Pyspark. As you can see here, it is SQL import Spark session. Spark context is no need for us. We are not creating any kind of RDD stuff. Let's import all the function from pyspark.sql.types import star. Okay. Now let's create a function for create Spark. Okay, that's good. Now it won't take any kind of parameters. Just it is going to return the Spark object. Put it in a try catch. Good process. Okay. Accept exception as the print and error an error occurred. Create Spark method. H2RV. It's good. Now we need to create a Spark object. Let us say Spark equal to Spark session dot builder dot master dot local. Master represents the uh, about the cluster. I mean, there are clusters developed by using the Kubernetes, yarn. Okay, master represents those kind of cluster names. So here I am represent local means utilize the local cluster. Okay, local cluster configuration. That may be anything. Dot give the app name. Let's say data validation. Dot enable hype. Okay, enable hype. Dot and then get or create. Return the Spark object. Return Spark. Okay, return the Spark object. Okay, now go to ingest or driver. Driver is fine. Now go to driver and run that Spark object. Okay, either we are going to validate that one, either it's successfully created or not. So I think we created a videos on implementing the Python project. There we discussed about how to validate the Spark object, how we can write the logs. And this is not that video. Okay, here our concept is how we can read the sources from the YAML file. Okay, our main intention is that one. That's why I'm not giving that much of detail here. So our videos like implementing the Pyspark project. So there you can find the end-to-end explanation for those kind of logs and validating the Spark object and all. Okay. So driver, it is in the pipeline for directory. So you want to get whatever the information presented in create Spark object means you need to import like this from main directory Python dot pipeline dot create Spark object, import everything. Okay, that's good. Now let us say define a function for now. Df main run, put it in a try catch, accept exception as let's print and error code and main run. str of okay. So let's create a variable called Spark object. Okay, Spark object equal to create Spark. Create Spark is the function. Okay, as you can see here, right? Function from the create Spark object file. Now you can do like select one or select current data as your wish. Let us take this as output equal to spark object.sql select current date, and let's try to print that one. Print. So it consider output as a data frame. Okay, it considering output as a data frame. That's why I'm converting into the string and collecting the value. Okay, print str of output dot collect and the first value from there. So let's run this main function. This main function just make ensuring our Spark object created successfully. Okay, so run this driver. What can an error occurred somewhere? See what's going to be happen. None type object has no SQL. None type object. What happened there? Written Spark. Correct only. Let's do one thing. Import here also from Pyspark. No need to import again here. See. Create Spark. Select. Let's do select one for now. Select one. Let's print the output or print the output dot show. Again, what happened? No SQL. None type object, no SQL. What's happening here? Session builder items. Here we'll call once create Spark, run this file. Process finished with error. Another code. I think we got with the issue with the packages. Let's check it out once. Pyspark Py4j already installed. Everything is good. Spark session dot builder. App name, enable high support, get or create. Everything looks fine. Let's run this again. might be there create Spark object and trace object. Spark context. Spark test. Need a Spark context here. Written Spark. Say local one as of now. Remove this hide support also. I think Spark session dot builder dot app name. Fine. Second here. New constructor by 4J exception does not exist. Pyspark 4G is also there. Pyspark input Spark context. None of using Spark context here. Or else we'll try to restore this pie chart. Okay. Sometimes it is showing the error. File. Project. Let's exit out once. I think we are running out of time. In the next video, we will see what's the issue over there. Okay.